Well.
Hello, and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. We're, again, just gonna get right into it this time. What are we drinking today?
Well, you have your
My leftover tea.
turmeric chai matcha that you didn't get to drink because you're
I was
busy
talking.
pumping through your notes. And I have my delicious sangria.
Jess is drinking a sangria and not tea?
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
I already got a scolding because it's not 5 apparently. Who waits till 5 to drink? Not
Responsible
this
adults.
girl.
I'm
It's
just
the
joking.
weekend, bro.
I'm kidding, alright? Well, it's Sunday, so.
Don't remind me. Man, another week of the grind.
Yeah, well, I have work tonight. Till 1 a.m.
Ew. I didn't even know the mall opens. Are you still working in the mall? Till 1 in the morning?
Yup.
When the hell does your store close? You get
It
to do
closes
like
at
closing?
6, yeah.
What the fuck?
We're doing a whole visual changeover, so that's
Oh.
what's going on, but like, fuck. I'm like responsible for pretty much the whole thing, so it's like,
Whoa.
stressful.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
Chapter 8.
yes, so
Part-
wait. We're doing part 5, chapter 8 to 10 of Cry to Heaven.
Yeah.
Alright. Go ahead, Jess.
I'm starting?
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
Where am I?
Chapter 8. The beginning.
So, by the end of summer, Rome knows that the Cardinal is the patron of the Venetian castrato, Tonio Tresci. So I had to Google what patron means because I'm dumb. Which is
dumb.
a wealthy or influential. Did I say that right?
Influential?
Yes.
Yeah.
Supporter of an artist or writer. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well,
Sounds-
I wouldn't have been able to define it. I just had a vague idea. So
Sounds
you're
like
not dumb.
a sugar daddy to me.
Yeah, kind of.
Basically.
Kind of. I mean, you're not wrong.
Tonio has only been singing in the palazzo so far, and only a few of the Cardinal's friends have heard Tonio sing, and they've been gossiping around Rome about what a great singer Tonio is.
Mm-hmm.
And Guido has been being compared to Scarlatti the Elder because of his remarkable compositions, because he's going to all these parties and showing off his composition skills, making things up on the fly.
So they're being, like, very much opposites.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinal is, like, hiding Tonio, in the house
And only a select few can listen to him.
and get the word out, whereas Guido is, like, going out into the public and being
Every
like, listen to me
party.
play!
Every
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo.
Man, I had to Google who the fuck Scarlatti the Elder was.
They mentioned him before.
Right? When I Googled it, I saw, I'm like, I know this guy.
Like, I've Googled him before.
Yup.
This link is purple. Yeah.
Yup.
Do you want to remind them?
Oh,
maybe?
okay, sure.
If
So
you forgot, they probably forgot.
So when I first Googled it, there was 2 of them, but I was like, the elder must be the older brother, because they're brothers. So that's Alessandro Scarlatti,
Yes.
the Italian composer who founded the Neapolitan
No.
Neapolitan School of Music.
Yeah. So he's
Of
responsible for making Naples the, like, music capital of Italy.
Yeah.
And Tonio asked Guido once if Guido ever saw Scarlatti in person, and Guido said, yes, I even met him once.
Damn, Guido, you old.
I thought he's not supposed to be that much older than
I
Tonio.
know. Damn, they old.
Oh, they old. 18th century old.
Wow.
Go on.
So Guido has gotten popular in Rome and is composing on the whims of Roman and tourist nobles. So I guess they're inviting him over. And like, please play for us, signore.
Signore.
At home, Guido has been driving Tonio through a more rigorous practice than he has ever endured. Guido wants him to be prepared to sing with Fettuccino.
Yes.
Okay. Oh. Tonio realized...
I like how you're reading your own notes and you're like, interesting. Like, you wrote that.
I wrote it so fast, I was like shitting these guys out.
Wait, did you just start reading this morning or something?
No. This chapter, what's this, chapter 8?
Yeah.
Was the last chapter I read yesterday.
Oh.
And then today I was like, I can do 9 and 10 easy this morning. Nope.
When did you start?
10.
You started at 10? And
Yeah.
it took you 2 hours?
Right.
You took you over 2 hours.
Yo,
because I arrived right
yeah,
at noon.
It took 3 hours. You know, I told you I had to reread these chapters so much.
Oh, bruh.
Yeah, they were just like, I mean, I just couldn't understand.
Bruh.
Bruh. Where am I? Tony realized that Guido has been experimenting with his compositions in a way that he couldn't back at the conservatorio. And he likes this shit that Guido is pooping out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't Tonio also, like, kind of confused by how independent Guido is becoming?
Yeah, I think I wrote that.
Are you getting
somewhere.
to that? Or?
Yep, that's
Okay.
in there.
Sorry.
2 more points. Hey, I do that to you all the time. But I don't apologize. Differences. At the end of the day, they are free to do whatever they want. And Guido usually goes to parties, and sometimes Tonio will join. Tonio notices that Guido has gotten more independent and confident, and that he's been wearing a lot, much nicer clothes, and he's always wearing a wig.
And wearing a woman on his arm.
And he hates seeing Guido with the women in his arm.
Yeah.
I'm like, jealous?
Yeah, Tonio's like, the fuck is this?
I'm your woman.
I can get it from the Cardinal, but you can't have a woman touch your arm.
Oh, man. Tonio doesn't really like these parties, I guess.
Yeah, I like how people are, like, always asking him to sing, and he's always, like, politely like, I'm sorry. I can't.
No, sir.
I'm sorry.
No.
No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
So, the Cardinal apparently has a kink of undressing Tonio. And he especially loves it when he wears women's dresses because he likes taking everything off.
Yeah.
I noticed Anne uses euphemisms for the Cardinal's penis like horn and iron.
Oh, yeah, damn. That was like, oh, okay.
I guess he's really saying that this his big ass dick hurts.
Yeah, she kept using the word awesome too. Like his awesome length.
Yeah.
And his awesome and cruel shaft.
Oh my gosh. And I've noticed too that sometimes she's compared their intimacies to rape because of how painful it gets for Tonio.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, Jesus.
That is not
But
fun.
he says he likes it, so I'm like,
I mean, I guess some people have like that same
I guess if you're
kink,
into anal,
it's like...
maybe it's I don't know.
You're not into anal, Jess?
That's not something I've done.
Oh, we don't have to go there.
After sex, they've started dining together, and the Cardinal would show Tony around the
Palazzo.
thingy, the palazzo, and would tell stories about the various pieces of art and whatnot. So they're forming a relationship now. Getting a little bit more intimate.
More intimate. I like how hanging out and talking about art is more intimate than
More intimate than butt sex.
feeling his awesome and cruel shaft in his butt.
And the Cardinal enjoys Tonio reading his favorite books of poetry. The Tonio reflects that they are forming a bond that he and Guido never had, and he is uncertain about opening up to the Cardinal. But who he is, I guess. He perceives that the Cardinal might think Tonio was poor before the castration, and that the Cardinal might prefer this illusion than knowing that he was a noble kid.
Yeah. Yeah, because that, I don't know, I feel like that's also like some kind of kink, like feeling like you're, what's the word, just dominant, I guess, like you're more powerful and you're providing for this other person.
Yes, because I feel like the Cardinal, he's known for sharing his wealth
Yeah.
to all the poor. So he might be into providing.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Makes sense to me. The Cardinal has never been to an opera, and he asked Tonio, why are they so popular?
Wait. We should cover why the Cardinal has never been to an opera.
Oh, fuck. Is it because it's a sin?
Yeah, the church won't allow it. And that's the end of that.
Yeah?
There's no logic.
No.
Moving
The
on.
devil exists in art. Didn't you know?
Yeah, the devil's in the music, bitch.
So this is an exact quote of Tonio's answer.
Wait. Oh, because the Cardinal asked him why.
Why the
opera.
fuck is it so popular?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I have no answer to give to your question. I only know the joy that singing has always given me. I only know that music is so beautiful and so powerful that at moments it is like the sea itself or like the sweep of the heavens. And he compares it to God, but I didn't
Damn, Tonio.
write that. So I was like, it's enough of God talk.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very, very insightful answer, and it's clear that Tonio is educated and versed in language. Because I don't think some street urchin is going to be able to describe music in that way.
Right?
So the Cardinal should know.
Maybe he's in
denial, yeah.
He's like, nah.
Yeah.
No eunuch comes from noblemen.
Yeah.
What sort of noble gives their kids up for castration?
None.
Sorrow comes over Tonio when he realizes his couplings with the Cardinal is only for a short while, since the Cardinal expresses that he is ashamed of their relationship. He's been expressing his guilt.
Yeah. It's clear he's not going to be able to bear it much longer.
Tonio wonders how he can feel such affection for someone who views him as an obscenity.
That's fucked.
And it's fucked. And I'm just like, geez, get out of there, Tonio.
Yeah, but,
But it doesn't really matter to Tonio. He thinks that he truly loves the Cardinal. I'm like, how can you love someone who thinks that you're just
I mean,
a sin?
love's super confusing,
I guess.
too. And there's a lot of things that feel like love, too, that, you know, aren't love.
No, what? You're right.
Human beings are confusing, and feelings are confusing, and I don't blame him or think he's stupid for thinking that he feels this way about the Cardinal, but it's just sad.
He's still a kid. We gotta remember that.
Yeah.
So Tonio is back practicing swords. He's up. So I...
Wait.
Did I miss something?
Yes.
Okay.
How Tonio's kind of becoming obsessed with whole men.
He likes the D.
Yeah, well,
The painful D.
Yeah.
And he also he mentions that he likes the strength of feeling vulnerable. Is that the word?
Yeah. The
Overpowered.
hard bodies and like because he's been like checking out whole men now, checking out that bulge in their pants, you know?
Looking at that hairy
that
chest.
testicles.
It's like, hell yeah. The smell of men also he's mentioned.
Oh, yeah. In the, when he's fencing, the smell
he
of
likes
sweat.
the BO. He's into that.
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Okay, practicing swords. So, I just quickly summarized his altercation with the Count. A Count. I don't know, it's the Count. Which he is described in a detail that he's pretty attracted to this dude. He likes his smell, he likes his bulge, he likes his hairy chest.
That bulge, though.
And he's mentioned his stubble, too.
Yes.
So I just did a swish, 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 beaten. Again! Swish, 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 beaten. And then the Count's impressed.
Yeah, so Tonio is beating the Count because the Count just can't match his reach.
Yeah, he's got his long, freakishly long arms.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess he's fast. He practices all the time.
Yeah.
Count's impressed. He invites Tonio to dinner. Because he's the first person to best him. And, man, I was really tired when I wrote these notes. I was like, Tonio stammers. Nani? Back to my anime roots. No, he declines.
Yeah.
But he stammers when he declines because I guess he has the hots for this dude.
Yeah,
Maybe he kind of wanted to go. Maybe he would have gotten the D if he went. We don't know.
I think he would have.
When he leaves, the men toast him. The count and his friends, they all toast him. And he, like, hurries away. Hurries away, all shy and stuff.
Runs off.
He goes to one of Guido's parties and allows himself to be caught by hands and lips he hardly knew. He compares himself to Ganymede, thanks, in these moments, and I googled what the fuck that is.
Yeah, who's that?
Divine hero described as the most beautiful of mortals, and in one version of the myth, Zeus falls in love with his beauty and abducts him.
So Tonio
Zeus
compares himself to Ganymede?
I guess, as some beautiful person, and that men are abducting and doing what they can to him. And he's just allowing it to happen, because he's like...
Guido really broke the seal, you know, by sending Tonio to the Cardinal.
Yep. Now we have Mega Slut Tonio. For several nights, he has sex with several much older men. Actual men. Not castrati. Whole men. Afterwards, he shuns these men as stiletto ready in case he needs to force them to not come back.
Yeah. Get off.
So I guess there's some shame. Like, once the deed is done, he's like,
Yeah.
But he still bathes and dresses up before presenting himself to the Cardinal.
Yeah, so sometimes he'll go, like, out on the town and sleep with, like, multiple men.
Yeah.
And then come back to the Cardinal's palazzo and bathe and then go see the Cardinal.
For another round.
Yeah, like, damn. He's really getting it.
And there's one time, Tonio directs his carriage to the poorer parts of Rome, Marjorie style. And he sees a cute guy standing at the door frame, invites him into the carriage, and they do the do. Which I was like, Tonio, syphilis?
Ew, you're right. Gross.
Right? That's what I'm concerned about now. He's having all this sex with randos in the poor streets. Like,
There's no protection back then.
you're gonna get syphilis, bro.
Yeah. Get all them diseases. Gross.
Yeah, no, that's what I got for chapter 8.
Oh, you missed the important part at the end there.
Shit. I always do this.
When Tonio sees the castration place.
Oh!
Yeah, as he's like on the carriage home from being with this young, poor Roman man.
It's rando.
Yeah, this random Roman guy. He sees like a... What do you even call
Remember
it?
that. It was for the Pope, castrate yourself here.
He saw a building with a sign. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, hairy testicles. Flipping through the book, that's what pops out.
Hairy testicles.
Hairy testicles. That's nice. Okay. A small shop comes into view, its letters spelling out for all the world. Singers for the Pope's Chapel, castrated here. So, Tonio...
Triggered.
I mean, no joke. Tonio has thoroughly become a castrato, and then he's, like, instantly reminded by seeing this, like, what was done to him. Fuck, man.
Yeah. He runs back home.
Ooh, yeah, that must be hard to see.
Probably has more nightmares.
Yeah, I would. Jess is nodding.
True that. Chapter 9. Guido's opera is coming up. Yay, finally.
Yay.
But not in these chapters. The Contessa Lamberti is about to arrive any day, and the Cardinal has booked a box for the first time in his life.
Wait. So he's going to see the opera?
Yep.
I thought it was against the church's rule.
Right? But he's doing it anyways. Guess he's excited because of Tonio's response, but why the opera's popular? I don't know.
Maybe they give him a pass because he's like housing Tonio at this point.
Could be. The Abati have started talking, and I think that's how you say it. Abati? Abati!
What is that?
And they are the critics that can make or break an opera. The Abati are all about Bertocchino and don't believe the rumors of Tonio being a patrician in his pre-castration times.
Yes. It's hard to believe.
They don't like Tonio. They're like huge fangirls of Bertocchino. But Bertocchino's backstory is even more unusual than Tonio's. His parents were a German lady and an Italian merchant, and he was accidentally castrated by an unfortunate attack by his childhood pet goose.
So,
the fuck?
Well, apparently it's a thing for, like, every castrato has a foolish story as to why the operation had to be performed. So it's obviously a lie.
Yeah.
But it is hilarious. But it is interesting, like, why lie about it? Are people just uncomfortable with the truth? Or
I think so. Anyone would be uncomfortable knowing that little boys are getting sent to this place or sold to this place.
Yeah.
And have their testicles, I guess,
cut off
it's
intentionally.
not chopped off. How was it again?
Well,
Tied?
like, I don't know.
I don't remember.
Whatever.
Basically,
their dicks get cut off.
Basically, testicles are gone, and that's kind of horror that all men are disgusted by.
Yeah, but it's like, you created this, and that's your reality. Fucking 18th century Italy. The fuck?
You guys,
and they're pretending it's not real.
Sounds like
but
typical human hypocrisy.
Yeah. But Betticino's story is fucking hilarious. He's bitten in the
Pet
nads
goose?
by a pet goose.
Jesus. Well, we know how geese are here in Canada.
Yeah, true. Fucking vicious.
Tonio, curious about the gossip, sends Paolo out to eavesdrop, and who is more than happy to get the hell out of there. When he comes back, he's on the verge of tears, but Tonio doesn't notice him come in at first because he is too engrossed by a letter from Katrina. Many Venetians are on their way to see the show, which weirds out Tonio. He thought he was extracted from Venetian society, but hearing that they're still talking about him makes him feel unusual.
Yeah.
Gives him unusual emotions.
Like, they kicked him out, but they're still
obsessed with him.
Yeah.
He's still
It's
gossiped.
It's confusing.
Katrina's husband, a senator, has tried to get Tonio's ban revoked, but it didn't happen. Still, under pain of death, he cannot go back. He learns that his mother had desperately wanted to come too, but Carlo had forbade it.
Fucking Carlo.
Okay, Carlo. Learning this, his two separate lives feel like they are clashing, and he feels emotionally disturbed. And he gets up and starts pacing without even knowing what is going on. What's going on? That he did that. He unintentionally got up and starts pacing.
Oh, okay. What the fuck just came out of your mouth?
Man. Paolo tries to tell him about the gossip, but Tonio can't hear it while his two lives are...
Well, he's in emotional turmoil.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Oh, he's like putting up a wall between, like...
Once he's properly built this wall between his two lives, then he can talk to Paolo.
Yeah. So he needed a minute to reconstruct that wall.
He just needs a minute.
Yeah. Give me a hot minute, Paolo. Building a wall here.
He asked Paolo what he's heard. Apparently everyone is saying that Betticino is the greatest singer in Europe, and that it's offensive to have a nothing from nowhere on the same stage. That his high-born heritage is a lie, and he was only hired for his looks. And that he'll earn the nickname La Ragazzina, the girl. And if she can't sing, they'll shut her up in a convent where no one will have to hear her.
Oh my god.
No wonder Paolo's crying.
Yeah, that is fucked. Holy
so
shit.
harsh.
They're right about Romans being freaking savage.
Yeah.
Damn.
Tonio laughs. He finds it funny.
Yeah, he's like...
But he can also feel himself going pale. So I guess he's both confident but nervous, knowing that means the theater is going to be packed. This is bringing a lot of attention, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Like all of this rumors spreading around. Paolo is convinced there is going to be a riot to close the theater down. He's really stressed.
Wow.
Paolo says the only person that's been sticking up for him is this Signora. Signora? Okay.
Signora.
Signora.
No, you don't pronounce the G. Signora.
Whatever. Signora Grimaldi, I think.
Yes.
But no one listens to her because she's an English woman. And I guess the name must have rung a bell for Tonio, because that's all he hears. Signora Grimaldi?
Yeah, he's like,
Who's that? Who's that again?
Signora Grimaldi.
Paolo describes the blonde girl.
Yeah. Tonio's pretty blonde.
And then you can imagine everything just goes. He stops listening. He's like, oh, blonde girl, she's here.
Oh my god,
here in Rome. And with that, he puts on his coat, and before he leaves, he tells Paolo, Bertuccio will never let them shut down the opera, because if he did, he'd be out of work. And
True.
He takes off after his blonde girl.
But it's cute that he like takes a minute to reassure Paolo before rushing off.
They're still friends.
Yeah.
Tonio heads to the Contessa's villa, where the blonde girl is apparently staying. And I noticed that the hedges had been fashioned into animals in the garden. That sounds fun.
Edward Scissorhands.
Oh! When he enters the villa, an old porter informs him that the Contessa has not arrived yet and will be there any day now. But Tonio, all he sees is a canvas with the familiar paintings of dancing nymphs. Nymphs. And just wanders towards it in a daze. And the porter is like, oh, the young Signora. She's here, but she's with Guido at her studio at the Piazza di Spagna.
She's off with Guido.
And then he's like, oh wait, here they come now. And the girl and Guido are walking down the garden path arm in arm. Guido acknowledges him first. This is where you show up now.
This is what?
This is where you showed up when you came over. Guido acknowledges him first, ironically saying, Tonio Tresci, the famous and mysterious, who will astonish all of Rome. And Guido says, Christina had just finished some large pastel sketch for them. And Tonio is all like, Christina?
We finally learned her name.
And then Guido notices that they haven't been formally introduced yet.
Yeah, since he didn't know her fucking name.
Yeah.
God damn. How long have we been talking about this girl? He's known about her for years and never bothered to ask her name.
What's the deal, Tonio? Such a turd. They shake hands and Tonio in a daze kisses hers.
No.
No?
No, it's that...
I remember a hand going to a mouth.
Well, yeah, he like lifts her hands, but then he's not gonna kiss her. Because he's like, oh my god, this is weird. Right? But then she lifts her hand and makes him kiss her hand. And I fucking love that, because she like knew he wouldn't do it. Because she knows he's a fucking pussy. So she like lifted her hand so that he'd kiss it.
Man, she has to take the lead in this relationship.
I love that though. She's like, bitch, I'm getting that kiss.
Just do it.
I'm getting some action this time.
The pastel sketch is a drawing of Tonio, but she wants to do a better portrait of him. They made plans for the next day at noon so she can paint him.
No, I think she wanted to do that, but Tonio was like, I can't.
He's still in a daze. He doesn't respond until later.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I thought they were making plans, because
Right.
he doesn't respond. Tonio finds out she's now living in Rome, and she says flirtatiously, maybe I cannot paint if I am too far from the sound of your voice.
Aww.
Tonio blushes. He looks at her, quote, exquisite white breasts flattened almost cruelly under that stiff lace border. This is what he's doing while she's trying to flirt with him.
Oh my god.
He's just staring at
He's
her.
like not even listening to her dog.
Jesus Christ. Guido makes a quip about soon seeing her paintings all over Rome, making her laugh and blush. Antonio realizes he's just been drooling over her like a zombie.
Yeah.
Christina is planning on living in her studio, and she wants Guido and Tonio to visit. Guido reminds her that she has lots to do with the moving, and she bids farewell to Tonio, asking him, tomorrow at noon? And he's like, yes. Wait, no, I need to practice. And she leaves, and Guido's like, I would say you were very rude if I couldn't see the reason. Antonio, flustered, says, what reason? And Guido retorts, you mean you don't know yourself? You like her.
Yeah, dude. You're in love.
You in love.
You in love.
I'm just trying to sing this Hercules song, but no. Won't say I'm in love. How's it go?
Oh, yeah, that.
What's her face? Meg's song.
Fuck. How does it go?
I won't say I'm in love. I don't know.
Yeah, but what's the tune?
I don't remember. It hit my brain so fast and it left. I hope that Disney does the remake of Hercules soon, because that'll be epic.
Did you see the Mulan teaser?
No?
It just came out today.
What?
Yeah,
I gotta get on that.
Yeah. Rotten judgment. Already done that. Okay, skip.
No way.
I won't say
it. No.
Uh-oh. Cliche, I won't say I'm in love.
Oh.
You know what's funny? The singer's name is Susan Egan.
Oh, shit. Relative? Chapter 10. The next 3 days, Tonio's been practicing from dawn till dusk.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't leave the palazzo. He'd always find an excuse to stay inside and go back to practicing. At first I was like, is he just avoiding Christina?
It kind of seems that way.
Like,
if that's what comes immediately after, her showing up.
All of his servants have been listening to him practicing with their ears pressed against the door.
Yeah.
And he's moving Paolo to tears with his... how good he's getting, I guess. Mm-hmm. Guido says when he listens to Tonio sing, he is not afraid of the devil and hell, which upsets Tonio because now he knows Guido is also afraid. And that makes him more afraid.
Mm.
Once while practicing, he stops in the middle of singing and starts laughing, which alarms Paolo. And he's all like, everyone is going to be there. It's like a public execution if something goes wrong. And he just starts laughing and laughing like manic, which is upsetting for Paolo.
Yeah, Paolo must be so confused. He's like, what the fuck is happening?
On the fourth night, he is spent and he realizes that he has been practicing non-stop, so he wouldn't have time to worry and stress out about the opera. The Cardinal sends for him. He hasn't seen him in a fortnight. So he gets all dressed up and goes to see him, preparing himself for another night of sex.
Sexy sex.
Then he realizes that they aren't going to because it's far too early and there's too many people in the halls. And the Cardinal is dressed in ceremony robes. Ooh. So he's in no position for this.
Nope.
Tonio feels a dull sense of finality and feels himself retreat mentally and kind of like goes on autopilot. Mm-hmm. He knows they're going to break up.
Yeah.
The Cardinal tells him that he only has one passion in life, and that is the love of Christ. Antonio takes it graciously and just says, I'm relieved that you're no longer divided.
Yeah, he's like, good, I'm proud of you. You've made your choice.
That was a nice
I respect that.
comeback. But the Cardinal doesn't like it. He's kind of confused by this response.
Yeah.
Antonio assures him that he loves him and wishes him good.
Wishes him well.
Yeah.
Oh, wishes him good.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, I was really rushing writing these notes.
The Cardinal almost seems like
he wanted to...
Not that he wanted to fight, but he's just confused because he, like, Tonio's like, oh, good. Like, good, I'm glad. But the Cardinal's like, well, hold on.
Like, we were like, more than this.
I'm feeling, like, this was kind of, we shouldn't have been doing this, like, right? Why aren't you feeling,
That's exactly what happened. The Cardinal says when he gave Mass that morning, he was in a state of grace. And then he asked Tonio, what is the state of your soul? And Tonio doesn't respond because he is busy thinking that he doesn't want to be here. It's like, no.
Yeah, like, Tonio just wanted to be like, okay, good. Goodbye.
Yeah,
goodbye
right.
Forever.
Right.
But now the Cardinal's like, yo.
No.
Hold on.
The Cardinal continues that his feelings for Tonio and their relationship was evil. And he asked Tonio, have you no guilt or no regret? And Tonio, astonished, says that everyone knows the Cardinal is a man of Christ, but he personally doesn't have that faith, so he has no guilt. Which is like, yeah.
Yeah.
But the Cardinal doesn't like this answer and says that even godless men would say their coupling was unnatural.
What the fuck does the Cardinal want here?
He wants assurance that, I don't know.
He wants Tonio to say that their relationship was fucked and they shouldn't have done it. He wants to hear that from Tonio so that he feels better.
Yeah.
About ending it.
Mm-hmm. And then they can both pray together, I guess, for forgiveness.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
Tonio is now angry. And
Good.
he retorts,
I am too.
That his guilt and pain comes from his vow to Christ, and if he hadn't made that vow, their union wouldn't have mattered. That he is a eunuch and they can't procreate. What did it matter?
Yeah.
Was their love really so bad?
Mm-hmm. Like, who was it? He was basically like, who are we hurting? Why do you want me to say it was fucked up? It wasn't fucked up. We're not hurting anyone.
Man, and this altercation is like flashbacking to Tonio of recalling his mother's loneliness of being trapped in the plaza, and he starts to feel anger towards the man who shut him in there, his grandpa.
Yeah, Andrea.
Yep,
The man he
Andrea.
thought was his father.
He realizes that he could not condemn her for lying in Carlo's arms, and compares her to a moth trapped indoors, desperately beating against the windows. He acknowledges that in the arms of others, he feels a healing satisfaction, which could not be a sin. Sin is malice and cruelty, and no one can convince him that love is sin.
Go, Tonio.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
So he's getting more angry thinking about this.
Yeah.
You triggered him to think about his mom. He's going to go apeshit.
You fucked up, Mr. Cardinal.
Fucked up Cardinal. And he's getting pissed because the Cardinal wanted him to explain his guilt and to make him feel better about this, but he will not.
Good. Go, Tonio. Proud of him.
The Cardinal rudely tells Tonio that he's evil and has driven him mad.
Oh my god. He's like, you did this to me. You corrupted me.
Oh my god.
Like, I want to punch this guy in the fucking face.
Any man who does that, like, freaking own up to your own shit.
Yeah, no, you started this, motherfucker.
Right? You're the one who invited him to your room.
Yeah, but he's all like, oh, it's because you tempted me.
A
That's what I
lot
think
of
of that.
innocent women burned because of this thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was always like,
She's a witch.
If a frickin' man cheated on his wife with some mistress, it was always the mistress's fault.
Yeah. Burn her. She read
Friggin-
some evil magic to seduce me.
God damn. Even, yeah, just,
Continue.
we could go on. But
Tonio is done.
Good.
Asks to leave. But the Cardinal is holding on to him and just tightens his grip so he cannot escape. And it triggers him, and he's having flashbacks of the night he was castrated.
Oh, God.
So, clearly PTSD. And
Yeah.
in his desperation to get out of there, he raises his hand as if to strike the Cardinal, who then lets go of Tonio. And he's like, did you mean to strike me? And Tonio says, no, I want you to strike me. Huh. Masochist. Tonio starts... Okay, so I reread these parts over and over, and I was like, fuck it, I'll do the best I can.
Oh.
So Tonio goes off that he is natural like blossoms.
Wait. No.
I don't
think that's right.
I just had such time. It was 2 months for me.
What happens is that the Cardinal, I believe, is the one who calls Tonio natural.
Yeah, he says you're all natural, but evil?
Yeah, and then Tonio's like, you can't say I'm natural and then say I'm evil in the same fucking sentence.
I got this year. So then he goes off about blossoms, and then Cardinal says, this is madness! And then Tonio's like, madness? In the same breath, you say I'm natural, then evil, and then the thing that drives men mad. Then he's half metaphor. Before he slaps his hand over his mouth to stop more words from tumbling out.
But Tonio's basically saying, what do you expect me to do with these things you're telling me?
Right?
Right?
Like, you want me to beg for your forgiveness?
What do you want me to... Do you want me to get on my knees and confess to you right now? Do you want me to go kill myself so you don't have to deal with me anymore? Like, Tonio doesn't know what the Cardinal wants by telling him this stuff.
And after all these words come out and he stops it, the Cardinal apologizes and steps away to his desk. And then he turns back and he says that it'll be easier for him to live with his self-denial knowing that Tonio is in such pain.
Which is also very fucked up.
Fucked!
So now that the Cardinal...
I think the Cardinal wanted him to feel bad just like he did.
Yeah.
But Tonio isn't feeling bad about that. He's feeling bad about other things.
Yeah.
I guess.
So this whole conversation was the Cardinal trying to... He wanted to know that Tonio also felt bad about their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So that he would feel better about himself and about ending it and about... He wanted assurance that, yes, their relationship was fucked up and they shouldn't have been doing it. But Tonio's like, no, I'm not going to tell you that because I think it was love and I think it was nothing wrong with it. And... But now the Cardinal finds out that Tonio is feeling all these weird things about, like, feeling unnatural and like a object of desire and some wretched creature and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, Tonio confesses that, like, he doesn't understand what it's like to be a man, to have, like, strong arms and, you know, that sort of body. And he also doesn't understand what it is to be a woman and, like, you know, the softness and the whatever. So basically Tonio's like, I'm not a man or a woman, and you tell me I'm natural, and then you tell me I'm evil, and, like, what am I supposed to do with that? So the Cardinal now feels better about himself because he knows that Tonio's struggling with all that shit as well.
Is it having an identity crisis?
Yeah.
Dick.
Yeah.
Do that.
So fucked up. But, I mean, at the same time, it's kind of also very real and very human to feel better about yourself when you learn that someone else is struggling as well.
Yup. That is a real thing.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't make it any less fucked up, but it is. It's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's the end. Chapter 10, eh?
10, eh?
10,
Are
eh?
you Canadian or what?
Wow, maybe in the next few episodes we're going to find out what Tonio does about Carlo and definitely how the opera's going to go.
Yeah. Does he become famous?
Or is Betticino going to leave him in the fucking dust? Is Tonio going to choke on stage? Maybe.
All this hard work for him to choke on stage.
How
That's
tragic.
Funny.
All right. That is the end of this episode. But if you want more of the podcast, you can find us on Instagram at Tigbad Podcast. That's TIGBAB Podcast. You can also find us on Facebook with that same handle, Tigbad Podcast, or just look up Tia's Good Books Are Better. You can follow the page there. You can also follow us separately on Instagram. My handle is Crimby. Jessica's is jess.egan24. You can also read my writing on my website, ravenegan.wordpress.com, if you want to check that out. All right. Is that everything?
Yup. Good job.
Thank you. I powered through it that time. All right. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye. Say bye, Jess.
Adios.